Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how I go from this to this using some really amazing products from Graftobian. Most notably, the HD Glamour Creams. These foundations are amazing, you guys. They give a natural skin-like finish without having to use too much product, which I really, really love. But first, let's prep. This is the mixing medium, which works as a really great primer before going in with that foundation. It's super soft and the Glamour Cream just kind of sits perfectly on top of it. Look how silky and smooth that applies. And then I'm gonna go in with this Moda foundation brush to just buff everything out. Okay, let's get into the Glamour Cream. I'm using shade Prima Donna. And I'm just gonna use a little spatula to scrape some of this out. You really don't need a lot of this, you guys. It is super pigmented and a little goes a long way. And now I'm gonna go back in with that foundation brush that I used before. This is the BMX 185 by Moda. It's a really great foundation brush for just buffing everything out and giving me that seamless finish. These Glamour Creams are professional grade, y'all. They're used in television and film because they look stunning up close on camera, minimize shine, and prevent camera flashback. I used to have pretty bad acne and I still get it from time to time, and I find that this foundation is really good at covering up those old acne scars. It's also great for redness and any kind of uneven skin tone you might be dealing with. And like I said, a little goes a long way. I am using tiny little bits of this at a time. You can also use the Glamour Creams to contour and highlight. I have a pro palette. As a professional makeup artist, I definitely need all these colors for every client that I might run into. I'm going to use these two darker shades and scrape them together, mix them up, and use those as a cream contour. Now I'm going to use another Moda brush. This is the BMX 245. This is kind of like a sculpt brush, perfect for cream contour. I tend to fall somewhere between cool toned and neutral tone, so I'm using this kind of neutrally cool tone to sculpt my forehead, cheekbones, nose, jawline. And I'm going to use this Glamour Grip makeup sponge, also by Graftobian. Just look at how that is perfectly blending in. You can tell by my face that I am happy. So just really blending that in so everything is flawless. I also like to use it as kind of an eyeshadow. Then I'm going to highlight using a slightly lighter shade of the HD Glamour Cream. This is Bombshell. And I'll use the BMX 225 concealer brush to apply that to my under eyes and anywhere else that I might want to conceal and brighten. I kind of like to flick it up towards my temple. I feel like it gives me a lifted look. So you can really use these Glamour Creams for anything. If you have the super palette like I do, you can use it as a concealer, you can use it as contour, as foundation. I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless here. And now I'm just going to apply some cream blush before I go in with my Graftobian powder foundation palette in Cool. Unfortunately, I might have broken it, but I'm going to use these two colors and mix them together with a BMX 175 flat powder brush to just reinforce that foundation that we put on before. This is a big and super fluffy brush. I love the way it feels on my skin, and it's perfect for powder foundations, loose powders, or even bronzer. Okay, next I'm gonna go in with Graftobian's setting powder. This stuff is great. I have the shade Coconut Cream. You can totally just use this as a setting powder for your entire base, but I'm gonna use this giant powder puff to kind of bake the product into the highlighted parts of my face. If you don't know what baking is, it's essentially using a loose powder and kind of a lot of it and pressing it into your under eyes or anywhere on your face that you used a concealer. I find that it's really great for brightening and setting. Okay, so then I went ahead and filled in my brows and used a little bit of powder blush, and now I'm ready to get started on my lips. So this is the Graftobian lip liner in the shade Natural. I love the color of this lip liner because it looks like my lips, but better. So it's exactly what the shade is called. It's Natural. But we are not done with lips yet. This is the Super Palette Lip Color by Graftobian. Look at all of these gorgeous shades. I'm gonna go in with this kind of neutral pink color and apply that with my finger, but you can definitely use a lip brush or anything that you like to use to put your lipstick on. Throw on some gloss and look at my skin. This is flawless. Throw on some freckles to make the skin look super natural. Go in with the Graftobian eyeliner in the shade Cocoa Bean. I love a brown liner, you guys. I'm just gonna apply that to the outermost part of my lash line, and then I'm gonna go in with this really awesome BMX 441 pointed liner brush, and just use that to smudge that brown liner out so it looks super natural. Then I'm gonna go in with some finishing touches, and that is the final look, you guys. No filters, no professional lighting, and my skin looks totally flawless.